He almost had a goal. Oh Jesus, you're on my cord.
I am.
Yeah, just lift your laptop a little bit.
Wow. Like a water bag, actually.
Oh yeah, you can move your fucking mic now.
Move the seat over, bro.
I'm over.
Yo, Snacks, what do you think about using this? Just hold it in your hands.
Yeah.
It depends on what angle you're looking at.
Yeah, I can do that.
Fucking perpendicular angle.
That way, you and L.
You don't have to share.
There we go.
Get away from
Oh, is it on?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Here we go.
This guy's going.
No, I'll hold
That
it.
one make it to Snacks though?
Yeah. Let's see.
one.
Look.
This one won't.
As good as it will to anybody, really.
There we go.
If I move my laptop, it will.
And then can you?
I got power.
Yeah, he can hold in his hand.
Yeah, I got
That's-
this.
You can hold the whole time?
You're holding hands?
Yeah,
Oh
bro.
man, that
Careful,
just like
Snacks, careful, don't pull it too hard, bro.
that sounds weird.
Would you? Yeah.
No,
I'm
whatever.
saying-
Fuck it. I'll keep my posture good, man. That's why I sit in this chair all the time.
He sits in the middle.
We gotta sort that out for you guys.
That's fine.
What up? What up? What up?
Challenge.
Oh, I gotta go. PFC. Is it 279?
We've been in here,
We
bro.
been in here,
Talking
no?
about mic
Vocally,
fixes.
that was a weird intro.
PFC
off my mic.
279. What a weekend and what a Thursday night. First game on the bounce. I'm not even going to ask how you guys are doing, what your names are. I'm going straight into it. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 1.
No, shit.
Happy New Year, Huss.
All right, Huss.
Sucker bus.
You're the neighborhood Liverpool fan. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear all your emotions. I want you to put it all on the pitch right now.
Did that game even start yet? Did we even
Horrible
do one
joke.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Well,
Horrible joke.
the point is,
Do you hear crickets?
Mane still doesn't know if that game started either. But the point is, he did not have a very good game. Mane could have been the difference maker. We talked about before in the past. If Mane could just learn how to finish, he could be one of the best players in the world. He's a really good player. He's one of the best players in the EPL, but not the world. And we saw the reason why today. Look, with this game, this match, if Liverpool win, they go up 10 points. If City win, Liverpool is still up 4 points. So it's basically a good, great, best situation.
You sound a little down, bro.
No,
You sound a
it's-
little down.
No, it's composed. It's composed.
You alright?
It's composed because I'm not ecstatic. Because
You weren't composed during
the
the game.
best
I'll tell you
situation
that
did not
much.
happen. We're not up 10. It's not great because we didn't get a draw, which would have been pretty much like a win. But we lost, but we're still up 4. So look, I'm not happy, but I'm composed. I'm just like, yeah, here we go. Next game.
Hussey's upset because Sterling was rated the best on the pitch on WhoScored.com.
Was it really?
Yeah. Came
That's-
back to haunt Liverpool, man.
That's not
Guy
correct.
was electric the
I
whole
like
game.
who scored and
Not
come on.
anymore, you don't.
Dude, he came with a great assist.
Aguero is crazy out there, man. He was the most scariest person on the field
I
for
don't know
City.
about
I
that.
thought
don't know about
Sane
that.
was.
I think it
Oh,
was
Sane too, yeah.
It was
Yeah,
Sane.
I forgot Sterling was out there for a moment.
Sterling, he grew into the game.
The whole front three, man, was incredible.
His shots didn't grow into the game.
His assist did.
Yeah, it did.
I mean, damn, bro.
Yeah.
Look, what did you think of the starting lineup? Because I thought that Klopp
Mistakes.
played it safe this game. Now,
Dude, I called it the last
Did he?
episode, man. He did play it safe. He was going to play with 2 D-mids. They didn't play necessarily the shape of 2 D-mids. But when you have Milner and Hendo in there, you know
So
it's
conservative.
defensive. Look, but it was working, man. They lost 2-1 to a special goal by Sane. I mean, post-in, there's nothing anyone can do anything with that. And then the Aguero sneaky tip on Lovren, too. It's like,
Only Aguero scores that.
it's only
Harry Kane
Aguero
would
scores
score
that,
that.
Maybe
man. So,
Salah because he has that special moment. Maybe Harry Kane.
Not maybe.
But
Harry
possession-
Kane.
not
Harry
with the
Kane
left
would do
foot.
it.
Yeah.
Snacks. Harry Kane doesn't
He
score
would.
that with the
I
left.
don't know. I don't know if Harry Kane even gets to that ball. Lovren probably
Yeah, man.
sneaks up on
I
him.
promise you he does.
He's too heavy-footed.
So with
50,
Liverpool,
the possession was 50-50, man. So, like, I don't think Liverpool came in thinking, let's play for a draw. But they knew their midfield was going to have to work. And I give Milner credit for playing basically David Silva out of this game. Silva, from the first minute, didn't have any space, didn't have any freedom to do what he does. Hendo and Milner were just all over him, and Weege as well.
well, I'm okay with the formation because the 4-3-3 is what Liverpool went after City with last year. And they basically ran the table on them, except for the time that Mane put a foot into Ederson's face, which, again, Mane screwed up.
Yeah.
But the one difference was that Ox was playing that game. He's more offensive.
Yeah.
So it'd be either Weege or Milner playing with Henderson in the middle. But playing Weege, Milner, and Henderson, I do believe it was a little too defensive.
Well, he didn't start
I
for
really
deep,
would have
though.
liked a 4-2-3-1 where they had Shaqiri in the middle, on the outside, have Firmino in the middle, because he plays a lot of defense as a forward. He could have hung out in that midfield.
I thought, look, the starting lineup I didn't love, but it wasn't like that big of a deal. Okay, conservative. If Liverpool took their chances, we probably would have been saying the otherwise.
Absolutely.
For me, it was the substitutes that didn't really make that much sense from Klopp. I mean, he introduces when he switched to that 4-2-3-1. He brings Fabinho on for Milner. So that's again like you're subbing on a D mid. At that moment, I thought Shaqiri should have been inserted into the game, and then he takes Mane out later on for Shaqiri when I thought he should have. You're losing 2-1. Keep Mane on the pitch. Yes, he was having a rough game, dude. From Mane's first pass of the game went out of bounds. So right from the start, he was out of the pace. Yeah. But I thought he needed halftime the most, and you saw he was kind of starting to threaten more. Like he knew that he had messed up, and he wanted to make it right.
Man, I thought when Fabinho came on, it was a different story. Like he changed the midfield. Henderson was able to sit deep, way deep. Fabinho got the ball. He's spreading it. He's pinging it, dude. Like that's why you start the guy. I mean, Milner did great defensively, but if you have the ball, if keep it from City, you can play them off. And when the last half hour of the game, people are tired. But man, Fabinho was able to control that midfield.
Yeah, he bossed that.
I mean, Gundogan came in. He couldn't really affect the game either. Like Pep was making subs after the Liverpool subs because he was losing the midfield battle.
You know who really controlled the midfield? Fernandinho.
Boss.
For those he
just came back.
For those out there who don't know, like, oh, what does Fernandinho do for Manchester City? For me, he had a 10 out of 10 performance. This guy was winning tackles, passing the ball where he needed to, getting up the field, doing everything he needs to do.
Counterattacks.
And they did this without KDB too. Yeah. So I mean, for him, I thought he was the best midfielder out there by far.
We'll talking lineups still. Pep starts. Vincent Kompany, Man City legend, club captain.
Dude, everyone victimized him.
This guy came out of nowhere, man. I thought he had a great game.
Me too.
He made a mistake, had a huge recovery.
Low-key could have had a red, though.
Yeah, saved John Stones' ass.
Saved John Stones' ass.
Should that have been a red card, the tackle on side?
I think if he made more contact, even no contact, it could have been a red.
My opinion, yes. It should have been a red. I'm happy it wasn't because this is a game of the
dynamic of the game.
Exactly, man.
So, Huss, what do you think? Was it a red or was it a yellow? Or a no call?
No, this is the way we've always go after it. I'm usually more of a physical type of fan. I like the fouls, or I like the more energetic type of plays, shall we say. But with the new rules, in my mind, in my heart, I'm thinking that's a yellow card, maybe. But also, it was pretty close to last man, so it could have been a yellow and maybe a yellow 0.5, which could be a red.
You know why?
But the big thing was that his foot came off the ground. It was going to Salah's shin with studs. In this day and age, with this league, you can't be bouncing around, oh, it's a big game, so we have to call it, we're going to let it go a little bit. No, you have to keep it the same for every single game, because if you're going to keep it every single game, we saw a few different games already this year, even this week, that someone got a red card because the foot came up high. That's the same exact thing.
Look, it was definitely a red, and if you listen to Vincent Kompany's post-match
he was laughing about it.
He was laughing about it and said, look, I knew I had to win the ball, but the man couldn't get through. So, the aggression, and there's nothing wrong with that foul, except his was lunging off the ground. If Salah had decided to take a step instead of jumping out the way, it's a broken leg, man. It's tibia level. It's a red card, but I'm a neutral, so I'm happy it wasn't a red card.
Anthony Taylor let the boys play this game.
Yo, he did.
Dude, it was fucking hilarious. Pep lost his shit on what almost led to a Liverpool
Amar
goal.
Atkinson, he was the fourth official.
Yeah, lost it on whoever's behind Atkinson, too. Like some lady threw a scarf at her. But man, it was great to see. I mean, once you let one call go, he was consistent in that regard. Let everything go. A lot of advantages, a lot of no calls.
This was a heavyweight bout, man.
It was a beautiful game.
This was the perfect game for that.
Halftime passes were 350 to or 400 to 350 or something. Crazy amount of passes.
50-50 possession.
Yeah,
it was a brilliant game.
The two best teams in the league going at it. One more defensive, both kind of cagey,
and the best team won.
It came down. Yeah, it came down. I think with both of the teams. I mean, I don't think either of them played their best of what we've seen. I mean, obviously that's a testament to how good they can organize their teams defensively. So big shout out to them. Special shout out to Danilo starting his first game since Nam, putting Kyle Walker on the bench. Dude, he had himself a game.
He did.
He had himself.
He was solid.
We're in the group chat. We saw Danilo in the starting lineup. We saw Laporte at left back. We were a little shaky, and then it was funny. Tom asked me, he's like, who do you think's going to win? I was like, I had City winning. He's like, after that lineup, I was like, I don't know anymore.
Yeah,
City came out and they got
the mic, man.
They got ducats.
Not that close. Jesus Christ.
They got ducats. And that's it. Leroy Sané putting it in off the post. Aguero scoring a Harry Kane-esque goal.
That's an Aguero-esque goal, man. There's
for
nothing
real.
Harry Kane about it, man. And on that Aguero goal, man, I'm sure you guys already saw
And
it.
a special shout out to Huss during the Firmino goal celebration. How's your chest, Huss?
It's all right.
And on the
I went a bit crazy.
On the Aguero goal, man, I don't know if you guys saw. You probably did. Goes down from Van Dijk, stays down. Lovren loses him. Lovren does 2 shoulder checks. Credit to him. He's looking over his shoulder.
It's too quick.
Fucking Aguero's on the other side, still sitting down. By the time he gets up, genius center forward play, man, playing the mind games.
And
Lovren had no idea. Lovren's like, oh, he's like 10
And on that first play to get Aguero into that position to be fouled, Sonic goes around Lovren to beat him to that cross, and it gets blocked and semi-cleared. That's what started the whole thing. Lovren was guilty twice on that play.
That right side, though, was a weakness. Was a thorn in your side all match. Alexander-Arnold was having trouble.
It was Alexander-Arnold and Lovren. They targeted that pair, and they played with them the whole time. Every time it went to Sterling, Robertson was not accepting bullshit.
No.
Just stuck him 90% of the time. There were once or twice where Sterling got through.
Roasted. Yeah.
Robertson
But
played
like
well,
overall,
though, man.
Robertson won that
And
war.
he had a great assist in that Firmino goal, man. He's up that high. He's on the other goal line as a fullback. Smart enough to play the ball across to Firmino. Guy's world. Whoa.
He's working his way up
class.
there. Yeah,
Guy's class.
He's
Slow
working
down
his
the
way.
world, but he's young. But he's getting there. But
Arsenal gave him his confidence, and now all of a sudden, this dude wants to run through.
That's what I say. Don't let Firmino get on a run because you can't stop him.
Well, you need him on a run because right now Mane is cold as fuck.
Yes, because look, Mane, Alexander-Arnold, Lovren, those are my top worst players of the game.
Bottom.
Okay, I was gonna say
Top worst.
I thought
They're
you
my
were
top
gonna
worst.
say, I thought you were gonna say that they were the top worst in the team, and I was not in this game. Like
Top
in
worst.
In general, I was just like, wait, what?
Well, anyways, they're my top worst. Dude.
Yeah, I said it.
he
Lovren has a mistake in him.
Well,
He
not
always
only
has a
that,
mistake in him.
Alexander-Arnold showed his age. Because there was a couple times we were talking right before the second half, he started doing like karate kicks at the ball just to clear it. He wasn't kicking it to anybody.
Desperate,
He was just booting it.
There's no nonsense.
It's like, relax, bud.
Nice
Like, you're a good player. You're very good.
No, you know what?
Get that ball to someone's feet, get up the line, and start pressing on them.
He had nice
Okay,
nuts
here you
on.
go.
He had nice nuts on Sane.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. What does this mean for Liverpool's title run now, right? So obviously, if they had won, they'd go 10 points clear.
They would have.
I'll tell you what, Tom.
Does this put more pressure on Liverpool?
I'll tell you. Stumbles are on for
Stumbles
Liverpool.
McGee.
I think Pep exposed how to beat Liverpool, which is
They have awesome, like, perfect shots, like Aguero and Sane. That's how you beat.
No, you press
and hope that Alexander-Arnold, Lovren, and Mane have bad games.
No.
That's how you beat them.
Well, Lovren's almost always gonna have a poor game.
Well, look,
5.7. Let me tell you.
Okay.
All I'm saying is it's not gonna work every time. But how to beat Liverpool is you have to press them. You can't give them time on the ball. Every time they had a ball, Aguero was working not as much, but I mean Sterling and Sane hustled. Don't let Robson,
That's a good
Arnold,
point.
anytime. High press, capitalize on. I mean, put Lovren under pressure on the goal kicks. I mean, Alisson had a brilliant save a couple times, but I mean, you have to high press.
That save on
you can't
Sterling's
give them
shot
time. It may not work.
ridiculous.
You can counterattack, but the high press,
club changed,
you have
dude.
to press Liverpool. You can't sit back.
Now, coming into this game, Shaqiri was starting right wing. Salah was a striker. Firmino underneath.
It was a 4-2-3-1.
Mane to the left. And it was beautiful. It was like, and in this game, he switched it up. I get it. You're away from home. But, man, you got to ride the horses
You know
that are
what?
hot.
Not always, man. Look, maybe you can say it today because they lost, so, like, who knows? But, like, they would have been overrun in midfield. Because when you go 4-2-3-1, you're making Firmino or Shaqiri do the midfielders' work, which then leaves them +1 either outside or +1 inside. The best formation to beat a 4-3-3 is a 4-3-3 or maybe a 3-4-3 if you have energetic midfielders.
You have
But
Kante.
other than that, if you have Kante, you can do a 3-4-3 and then you're +1 elsewhere. But, like,
You just
dude,
played
this
it safe. Played it
man,
safe.
look, he did, man. He did, and I
It
applaud
cost
him
him
for
in the
that.
end, man.
I don't think it would have been safe if he had played a different.
bro.
If he had played a
If he didn't
different
have
center
Milner or
midfielder,
Milner.
Don't
if he-
play play Fabinho.
Okay.
Don't play Milner. It's
Yeah,
a different
that's a
game.
So
different
I'm
game
not
because that's what they do.
mad about Milner
Should be.
as a player. It's because he's only played one game in the last 5 game weeks. Or
Yeah,
so,
but
I
4
thought he
game
was
weeks.
like the
general.
best top
Even if-
5 in the world.
He
though.
is, but he just
He
got
is.
back from injuries.
in general,
So
though,
he's
Jaw.
not-
It carries him through
in
all
general,
bad.
though,
What about
general-
Danilo? Danilo hasn't played a game this year.
He's also a lot younger, but guess what?
Oh,
Milner did well. I mean, he's also playing midfield,
Huss.
not outside back.
in general, Huss,
He's
if
a
I
midfielder.
were
That's
if
fine.
I were to
But-
have picked this team, I would have started Inyo or Keita just on the basis that when you have another guy that can go forward and bring the ball up, you have a track record.
hell,
I know he's not exactly Ox because Ox has bossed this matchup for God knows how long, but if you had put, like, let's just say Fabinho, who can get forward the ball, it would have opened them up more. It would have,
No, dude, I don't think so. I think, okay, maybe you would have opened them up here and
Shaqiri is
there.
the dude. Shaqiri, I think, would have made it. Would have made
Or
a
you
little
would
bit more
have
of a
been
difference.
overrun in midfield, man. This was a 50-50 possession
That's what
game,
happened last
9 to
season.
7
That's what happened
shots.
last season. They barely had possession, but they made their chances.
Yeah, but also last season they played Milner and Hendo against them. You know what I mean? Like when they beat him, like the way you beat City is just a hardworking midfield. The way you beat Liverpool is your hardworking wingers to stop their fullbacks.
Yeah.
So like it was literally, this was anyone's game, man. We watched the game. If that shot off Mane goes in, I don't think Klopp got his tactics right, wrong at all.
I think psychologically, even coming into the game, that
Dude,
Klopp
if
was saying
Mane-
that Man City are like world's best or something like that. Like he was just like
Yeah, but
bigging up
but
Man City.
Pep,
just
Pep
kind
said
of
the same thing.
give
Pep
him
said
props
the
and
same
stuff like
exact
that.
thing. It's mind games, bro. It's mind games.
Bro,
Fergie used
against
to be the king
Arsenal,
at it.
no respect. This was the starting lineup right here. Fabinho, Wijnaldum in there. Firmino, right?
Exactly. So there's
no
no respect
respect
because
for
you
our
don't have a
defense,
defense
man. No
or a
respect at all.
midfield.
I think they should have came in with that swag, is what I'm saying. Of we're not gonna change
We're just gonna
for
outmuscle
you.
you.
We're gonna stick to our guns.
It would have been 4-3 or 4-4.
Maybe,
you know
maybe.
what I mean?
Yeah,
maybe
maybe.
potentially.
Potentially.
But
Or-
going forward,
you know
you
what
guys
I'm
would have been had more links.
I just thought it was safe,
I
and
think
and on top of that, so the safe thing isn't like a main critique. It's just a smaller critique to the substitutes. And I think introducing Shaqiri a little bit sooner maybe could have made a difference. As he maybe make a double change with
But he was
Fabinho
coming
and
in
One
Shaqiri
person to
like
Shaqiri.
a
blame in
ball.
this game, man, is fucking Mane. Plain and simple, it's Mane. He scores that first one, and then he scores the volley.
That's
2
real.
nothing up, dude.
No, that's
and
real.
that's it. Now you got Salah playing with his ass off. You go 3-0, 2-1, 3-1. Like, it's literally one guy let his team down today. The tactics were
Well,
spot
it wasn't
on.
just
Sure,
one-
they were
it wasn't
conservative.
just one
No,
player.
it was one player. In that, if that player individually
Finishes
takes
chances,
his chances,
yeah.
you're
His
up
job.
2-0. What happens from there? It's out of Mane's hands. But he was cowish on 2
No,
opportunities.
I
So
fully
that's what I'm
understand.
saying. It's his fault in that, like, everything else was so tight.
He
can
knows he's
debate
gonna have
tactics.
nightmares.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
gonna have nightmares
no,
by
he
hitting the
started
post.
debate starting
game of
lineups.
inches.
He can
You
debate
s-
everything. Aguero took his chance. Sane took his chance. Those were the only real clear-cut
That's how you,
chances
that's how
City
you cut
had.
through the bullshit right
Yeah.
there.
Look, I mean,
That's true.
Salah missed
It was
his
Mane,
chance,
bro.
but it wasn't as straightforward as Mane's. But going forward, Liverpool have Brighton, Palace, Leicester, West Ham, Bournemouth. It's not the easiest lineup to go after or easiest schedule, but at least they're not playing a top 6 team.
Yeah, you guys.
This
have
is where
fun
you
for a while.
get your
Yeah.
feet back into
Hey,
it.
Yep.
Is that Eagles away, Eagles home?
Eagles home.
Ah.
So
I don't know,
basically,
you could have had him last
the
year.
next-
though.
Yeah.
Middle of
well, I mean, then
Jovic.
also February 24th will be United. That could be when the manager bounce may be ending. But at the point,
Liverpool gonna drop points, man.
but
I
they
know so
could.
is City.
But
They only
at the
played-
same time, this is the only time that they've let up 2 goals in a match this year.
No doubt. We're not overreacting.
And look at Edison. I mean, not Edison. Allison in this game. The play that he made on Aguero was just outstanding. He made saved time
when
and time
Aguero tried
again.
to go around him. Yeah,
Virgil
Liverpool-
did great again. The thing I love about Klopp is that he makes these players feel great. But the one thing I hate
gives them
about,
hugs.
but the thing I hate about this,
no trophies though.
the thing I hate about this manager is the fact that he will not go out and be like, "All right, Lovren, he's still a little bit shaky. We need to go see if we can
Dude,
get."
did you
No,
see?
he will.
Did you see
He
him?
will
Did you see
privately,
him
dude.
flashing his dentures in this game, screaming at people?
I know,
Like,
but at the same time, like,
Huss, he gave him the
he
go
business.
see if you can go snag, go Dean.
he did it with Virgil, bro.
The reason
Yeah, he
I
did
think
it
the
with
reason
Virgil.
why-
Yeah. At so.
Be patient. Like
Yeah.
it's coming. It's coming. It's just
He
I
knows
don't know.
it.
I just think you
he
guys-
has too much faith.
you
in
guys are
Joe
nervous
I
right
think he
now.
buys a center back. I think Joe Gomez is going to be the guy that he starts with.
Well,
Yeah, but he's hurt and he's young.
No, there's
Like,
a young,
why
there's a
wait?
young kid they're going after
Why
Same
wait?
thing with Trent. Well, Trent's not injured, but
okay.
he's,
So do
he's
Liverpool
young.
do
I
Liverpool
think-
need either a center back or a right back in January?
Center back.
Center back.
Center back more than right back because we have
center back.
Klein, who for some reason is linked with loans. That's idiotic. You keep him on that team, even if he's unhappy. You let him. You give him some burn, and then this is a perfect time to give him burn. Alexander, either you play Trent Arnold right away and say knock it off, or you say take a moment, let him play this one. You
Knock
get the
it
next
off.
All right,
sure,
man.
man.
Let's move on.
Just quick shout out, man. Bernardo Silva. David Silva was kind of mocked out of the game, but Bernardo Silva, man, he was the X factor in that
bro.
midfield. Got a great assist on that Aguero goal too, man. He's so shifty.
He is, man. He's a beast.
Next game: Cardiff 0, Tottenham Hotspurs 3.
Tottenham.
I mean,
The Spurs.
3 out of the 4
Here's your boy
fabulous
Snacks.
4 involved in this one. I mean, I thought it was gonna get uglier. The way Spurs was scoring, Harry Kane starts the game off in the 3rd minute with a goal. Eriksen, a couple minutes later in the 12th minute, gets a goal, and then Heung-min Son, 26th minute,
You know what this was, man? It was taking care of the game in the first half, then game management the rest of the time. Like we said, Spurs doesn't have a big rotation. They're going to rely on a lot of these guys to be still healthy in April, May.
They played everybody pretty much. I mean, Eriksson, Ali, and Kane.
Because you can't afford to, man. They're in a semi-title race.
Paid off.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, they slipped up last game, so they really couldn't.
I mean, to be fair, they are playing Cardiff, so I mean they.
Well, they were playing Wolves last week. I hear you. And Cardiff beat someone?
Yeah, big.
1-0. Was it
upset?
Yeah, it was an upset. I'll look it up in a second.
Yeah, but the thing is, if
they
Cardiff,
had to come in here and take care of business.
You just want to make the game difficult, right? Like, you want to play your style of football.
Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester.
To give up a goal in the 3rd minute, I mean, it's just harsh, man. It's a hard way to start the game against a team.
The game was over. As soon as they gave up a goal, this is the type of team where, like, they don't have a lot of offense. So, if you give up a goal, you basically break their backs. Not because they don't have the desire to come back. It's just they don't have the
you want to get to halftime 0-0 or 1-0 up.
And then try to pip one.
The game opens up in the second half for you, typically. But
was Eriksson goal the silky goal of the year?
Oh, my God.
Casual goal.
That was street soccer, man.
That was absolutely
FIFA Street?
That was FIFA Street, man.
Stud roll to the side, man.
Dude, that was for Barcelona. They're saying he's they want to re-sign him again. I think he's got his contract till 2022.
Well, lifetime contract, please.
They want to give him a bump in pay to keep him locked down.
He's
not signing it.
Do the Modric thing. Time to go to La Liga.
Unless they were winning Premier League, unless they're going to win the league this year, he's gone.
Yeah, that's no worries with that, man. Tottenham, the way they're structured, they expect that they'll have a new crop coming through. Not as good as this golden era, I don't think. I think they'll have to wait another 10, 15 years.
This is better than Van der Vaart, Modric, and Bale.
100%, man. So
that was a good class.
The stadium's been delayed. They're saying till probably next season at this point.
For what?
They're aiming Tottenham Stadium to open up.
Did you hear how much it's going to cost? It went up from like 400 mil to like $2 billion or something like that.
Wait, they're not until next year now?
They don't know. They have no idea.
They're aiming for
it's supposed to be like
Arsenal.
February or January.
Yeah, it keeps getting bumped, bro. So they're aiming for the North London derby against Arsenal, but that is like touch and go. So at this point, they might just scrap
Wasn't
it.
even for the Manchester game, because now even the Manchester game might get played in Wembley now.
No, they're not going to sign anybody for decades, man.
Yeah, unless they sell a couple people, I'm not sure. But after the match, Neil Warmack, manager of Cardiff, was saying that Tottenham should have to stay at Wembley. Do you agree?
Should have to?
Yeah, they should have to not be allowed to get that energy bounce going into.
Why? If your stadium,
that's what he says. He thinks it's an unfair advantage of letting them go halfway through. I don't know.
I think that adds more. I don't really care.
It's definitely an advantage.
Yeah, but they were contracted to have that advantage this season. Like it was. Their stadium is supposed to be done in October,
even then, you have to transition into a new stadium. You have to get like accustomed to it. I mean, I don't think it adds that much of an.
Agreed.
It's not that much worse to the point where you have to worry about it.
I think it's a
Wembley hoodoo they were talking about. It's just bullshit.
Well, the thing is, I think there's a lot of boosts. If they get to play at home, it's a huge boost. It's grand opening. But the thing is, it equals out because they've been playing away from home all year. So guess what? If you're that mad that they couldn't play at home at the end of the year, whatever. It equaled out because they weren't home at all.
I think I understand.
No idea what you're saying.
So they haven't had They start off slow at the beginning of the year because they weren't home.
Okay.
They're a little shaky.
All right. Then they get the stadium bump.
And then they get a stadium bump. But if they were at home the whole time, they would have had that stadium bump, and maybe it would have carried throughout the entire year.
We're talking.
You confused me the second time.
We're talking voodoo. Son still on a run here, man. Gets a golden assist. Kane obviously.
If you don't rate Son, I don't know who you are.
You don't rate Son.
You're racist.
No,
okay. You just don't like Asian players. If you don't think Son's good, you just hating out there, man. Just hating. This dude is an absolute baller, son. Absolute baller, undeniable, man.
24 points.
Yeah, he's having a hot season, man. He's absolutely having a hot season. He's been trending upward for a while, season to season. I think this is easily his best season so far. Hopefully, Tottenham can either hold on to him or he can go somewhere else and replicate this. I just have fear that this might be a hot streak, and then he cools off in the coming years. But so far, man, there's no sign of that. I don't know, man.
Look, he's just a quality player.
Everton. Van der Vaart
he could slow down, man, but his finishing, I don't think will diminish. He'll only get stronger.
Vardy's finishing was good too, right? And somehow,
how does Vardy finish? Close your eyes and slap the ball.
He was a top scorer. His finishing was good. I'm giving you an example of a guy whose finishing.
Look at the finishes. Look at the different finishes that both players have. Son left or right. Headers, curlers, distance, close up, clinical. This
guy's magic. I mean, by the end of the year, you have to change his name from Son to Daddy. Like, this guy, he's just... this guy is just impressive. Whatever.
Rejected.
You know, you just sitting on that for a long time.
No, I really wasn't. I didn't want to cut you off. I thought of it right before. Like, I didn't want to cut you off.
All right, let's go to
So, but the thing is, he also is leaving, though, for the Asian Cup.
Yeah,
that's a big thing for Spurs.
Fantasy.
Look.
And Lamella's
Liverpool
hurt,
went through it a couple times a few years back when it was Mane, and then when that really goes through, they're going to have to lose Mane and Salah. Is this unfair to teams that have players from certain international backgrounds?
You sign them knowing that.
Yeah.
If it was sprung on you, okay, that'd be unfair. But you sign Salah and Mane knowing that in January, every 4 years, they're going to have to leave for a month.
But why can't everyone just have international break at the same time? Or have cups at the same time?
Weather. Southern Hemisphere, Northern Hemisphere. It's winter in July.
Was it every 4 or is it every 2
Hemisphere.
years?
Huh?
Isn't it every 2 years?
It's every 4 years because World Cup. They rotate. It's like the
between.
Euros.
I feel like it's every season they have the AFCON. You know what I mean? It's like,
Isn't AFCON coming up?
Because it's qualifiers,
It's
too.
coming up same year as Euro usually, or like a year after the January after Euros.
Yeah, let's move on to the next game. Chelsea dropped points to Southampton. 0s here. And
Great result for United.
Mad,
Beautiful
just
result.
so much drama surrounding Chelsea the past few days.
Christian Pulisic.
Yeah, the big story. Might as well get into that one, man.
I mean,
we
highest,
touched on it a little bit last week too.
You didn't expect it to happen this fast.
Didn't expect it to happen this fast. Brilliant.
Sorry,
business
didn't even
by
know it
Chelsea.
happened.
I'm still nervous for American soccer.
Why is that?
We'll see if he gets the time. Look, like Snacks made a good point last week that it looks like they do need to play him. I mean, Willian in this game.
He might be starting next year if they sell Hazard to Real Madrid.
He might.
They don't even need a
He might be
sell
He might be starting anyways on the right hand side.
Yeah,
because Willian has
Pedro's
done
out
nothing. You
hurt.
should
It's not
start
about
as a
that. It's the
midfielder.
fact that you
Start
spent
Willian as
70 mil.
midfielder.
Dude, I was just Ross Barkley too. Remember, I've been saying
midfielder.
put Barkley or Loftus-Cheek in there.
Or Willian.
And they had him in.
They had him in from the start.
This is my beef.
Didn't work at all. Loftus-Cheek, Willian got crunched by Yoshida.
Yeah.
He'll be out for a
Loftus-Cheek
while.
introduced into the game.
Early.
Yeah. So
This is the tough thing about kids. Obviously, like this
But
game is
Morata.
a rhythm game. Morata's in trouble. This is a rhythm
Morata's
game.
the worst player in the Premier League.
Dude, he might be the most overrated.
Troy Deeney's way better.
He's
I'd rather have Troy Deeney.
He's a little bit
than
better
Morata.
than I think Morata's a
Maybe,
little bit
bro.
better.
I'd rather have Wilfred Bunny than Morata, man.
Damn, bro.
Bring him back,
That's how
son.
you know.
Troll
Bring
body.
him back.
That's how you
Bring
know.
him back.
Stud.
You know.
Yeah, but Chelsea,
but
man.
Morata, I mean, to be talking about Morata, he started up top instead of Hazard doing the false 9 gig. It doesn't work. I mean, they've switched back and forth, but again, at home against Southampton, you think he could play Morata up top, get him some confidence, get him a goal. Yes, Southampton have the new manager bounce, but nothing, man. This guy is just... I mean, I think he had a goal, he was offside. That was the closest he came.
Southampton holding it down with the 5-4-1.
Well, Angus Gunn,
Backed it
man.
in.
Angus Gunn, Southampton's
Gun
goal.
ball,
He
dude.
took one off the face.
Face
Oh,
save,
yeah.
brilliant off Hazard. Killed my fantasy
Angus Gunn
ducats.
was an absolute beast this game. I think Southampton just discovered themselves a new goalkeeper.
See, this is Southampton, bro. They're going to raise this kid out of nowhere.
22.
Just crops up like a mushroom,
22.
bro. And by the time he's 25, Spurs will take him. Arsenal will take him.
That's fine. That's what
Someone
they
will
do.
take- That's what
That's
I
what they
love
do.
about this churn. So they just have to be careful not to get relegated in between these churns.
Hey, now.
But man, the talent scouting at this club, I've always been amazed. I've always had a soft spot for
Look,
them.
I feel like Southampton aspire to be Borussia Dortmund.
I don't think they do, Tom. The way they sell talent, Borussia sells talent, but in
They're like trying to win.
in steps.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like right now they have Sancho, so they're like, all right, we can get rid of Pulisic. Last year they got rid of Dembele.
But I feel like
There's all
they
these-
want to win those titles and
Not
they're selling
Southampton,
the
bro.
club.
They want to play beautiful, attractive football, and should they stumble onto something great, like a Europa, great. But like even when they play in Europa, bro, they don't go far at all. They're not about that life.
Oh no,
They don't
the
start Charlie
ambitions
Austin.
far outweighs the reality.
I'm
For
saying
sure.
the ambitions I don't think are even that high. I think the ambitions and reality are very closely related.
That's
It's sad.
harsh.
It's sad when a club is okay with that, but man, the amount of talent they churn out, they deserve to stay in the club, bro. Let those young kids learn.
Dude, this dude Sari's on the bench. He's got like I think an already smoked butt.
Oh, yeah, he just has a butt.
He
Yeah, he has
just
a
shows
butt,
it
yeah.
in his mouth,
Just
there,
chews
just
it,
so the
tastes it.
nicotine
Dude, it's
just
fucking
keep
unreal,
flowing,
huh?
man.
What
This
an
dude,
addict.
it's come out. It's been reported that he's unhappy with the transfer
Policy.
policy at Chelsea. Hey, what are you guys playing? Cuddles feet
Footsies
over
over
there?
there.
What's going on?
Nah, he asked for a pillow, and I was like, you don't deserve that. Liverpool lost.
Yeah, no, Tom, what you're saying, Hussey touched on it earlier. He said that he had no idea about the transfer. I guess the board can't, or the in-between chick, whoever
The
she is.
In-between
Yeah,
chick.
the direct-
Is that politically correct?
The director came to him. They were like, "Oh," the board was like, "Hey, do you like this guy?" He's like, "Yeah, I like him." Or like, he rated him. Like, all right, and that was it. Like a month ago, or a month or two ago. Next thing he knows, they signed him. Like no real
Pulisic.
communication. Yeah, Pulisic. So I mean, he's a quality talent.
And remember,
But Chelsea, sorry,
Yeah.
they just posted $64 million profits for the year. They're buying a 20-year-old who could go on to be one of the best American players in history. You know, a lot of potential.
He's the biggest for sure.
But they signed him for what, 65 or something like
73.
that. But what are they going to
No
sell?
less,
What are they going to sell him for? That's all they see. They see a young kid. They
Hazard.
don't care.
And
They
it's
don't care
into the
if Sarri
American
wants him.
market
It's
too.
all
Think
an
about the
investment.
jerseys that they're gonna
It's
sell.
all investment, man. That's what Chelsea's built around. Yeah, he's a great player, but dude, when they sell him in 5-6 years, like they did that they're gonna do with Hazard, they're gonna sell Hazard for like $200 million. Dude, think of what they bought him for. When he was 21.
Well, they've been saying that about
That's
Hazard
how
for
they
God
run.
knows how long now, though. It's with Hazard. It's been such a story
Dude.
that like
Well, now he won't sign.
exactly. So even then, he wasn't going to sign last year, and then he's like, yeah, you know what? I'll stay on another year. So it's
Yeah,
like
look, it's tough because they keep throwing money at him. So, like, he's in a position where he's waiting for Real Madrid to come rescue him from the slums. And Real Madrid is like, we're looking at Neymars of the world, Mbappe's of the world. We're not quite ready for you. So, like, Hazard is in a tough position because he's been there so long. He was there with Terry and Lampard and all those guys that he can't outwardly come out and say and force a transfer. You know what I mean? So he has to play this weird like, cat and mouse. It's
PSG
annoying,
might
sorry.
take him too.
Exactly.
Like there are people who definitely want Eden Hazard's services,
but they're not putting the money on the table for whatever reason. I don't know why. Like maybe it's the valuation. Like Al's saying, they probably want 200 mil for him.
That's too much.
I don't know if he's worth
He's
that.
150, man. He's at least he's Coutinho level
Yeah, he is.
easily. I think a little bit better a little higher than Coutinho in the transfer world. But I think this guy on a different team, man, different style of play. Chelsea like hamstrings him. You know, like.
Yeah.
No,
got
he
no
never
help,
gets the
too.
ball. He still puts up numbers. He still is quality. He still carries that team on his back. But imagine him in a Real Madrid squad or a PSG team where he's always getting the ball, always getting chances. He's going to be hitting 40 goals a year. You know, if he has that,
he has that potential, man.
Yeah.
But we still need to see it.
But if Neymar goes to Real Madrid, I don't think anything is stopping Hazard to go to PSG because they'll just have the cash. They'll just flaunt.
I think
it's all up to him for the most part.
I think
club,
it's his
though.
ambition.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's up to him.
He doesn't want to go to PSG.
You
Yeah,
want to go to Madrid or Barca?
He wants Madrid for Champions League and like playing for trophies. PSG are going to win the French league, probably the French domestic treble. But that doesn't mean shit.
I don't know
I
how
think
much
it
he would
depends.
fit in at Barca.
Dude, they offered him $300K at Chelsea. He won't take it.
Yeah,
300K
well, that's
a
true.
week.
I
PSG
think-
will throw money at him. That's all PSG can bring.
I
Money.
think
Yeah.
Hazard would be better at
That
Madrid than he would be
He's
at Barca.
rejecting
oh,
money.
100%.
Yeah,
That
money
culture,
for
that
him.
culture is.
I
just-
don't think Barca's really looking at him.
It depends on the
Looking to buy.
recruitment and how they recruit at
I
PSG.
think. Oh yeah. No, PSG will want him, no
Yeah.
doubt. I'm saying I don't think he wants PSG because
I think he
his
wants Madrid
ambitions-
number one, but he'll take PSG. That's what
Yeah,
I
I
think.
disagree.
But all right, man.
We digress.
Arsenal 4 bounce back game. Fulham 1. A little nervy.
Barely a bounce
Score
back,
is
bro.
slightly deceiving. Well, in this game, Granit Xhaka gets himself a goal. I know haters like to hate, but gotta give Xhaka some props, man. He's been playing well, better than my boy Torreira has lately. What do you guys think of this game?
You're playing Fulham.
Kamara.
They're
Kamara.
Hussy, thank you. Best comment you've ever had. Sums it up perfectly. They're playing Fulham. But, like you said, bounce back game. Lacazette getting a goal.
We'll be getting an assist.
Aubameyang getting a
assist.
goal.
But
What you
Aaron
know.
Ramsey.
Fucking right he is. I'm gonna stick
Aaron
by my
Ramsey
boy.
signing a pre-contract with Juventud. He's out of here. Looks like in the summer. It's going to be interesting to see what his involvement's going to be.
And
in-
he's the
in
guy
the first
who-
team for the rest of the season.
He's
Like,
the guy
do
who
you play
subbed
him?
on,
Do you-
dude, to make the difference in this game.
Dude, he had a class finish on the volley.
He's a class player, man. I don't know why. From the beginning, Emre didn't come out and say Ramsey's my dude.
He's a
Ozil,
captain
relax.
player. He's been in the club youth academy. This is a guy who's a future captain.
Absolutely,
I mean,
man.
not Koscielny or Ramsey.
Or Ozil.
Or
What I
Ozil.
think it is,
Give this guy
guys,
the
is
armband.
he's 28 years old,
prime.
and I think that we're looking at it like is the juice worth the squeeze? What he was demanding, over 200,000 a week, is that worth the wage?
I think it's worth it if you get rid of Ozil and free up
Oh
some
yeah,
wages.
that's what it is.
And Ozil, even at national level, has been a thorn in his national team as far as the
Not
locker
anymore.
room.
So
Not
do you want
anymore.
to get rid of both of them and really clear out and get who you want?
Look, I don't think those are the. I don't think Ramsey's one of the guys who needs to be cleared out. Is my point. Like he needs to stick around.
That's a loss.
And maybe battle for his position. Maybe give him a position. But like he's one of the guys you can go forward with.
I agree.
Ozil
man.
has to go.
It's a sad
Your
day.
defense has to be cleared out. It's just all old men back there, bro. Except maybe Socrates. Maybe Kolasinac if he can find his health, and Bayern. Those are the only three. Monreal, off you go.
Hey, look, Socrates was playing left wing in this game. Get himself a
know.
little
Yeah.
dive,
Dude,
man.
he
He's
got-
out
he
there
got some
dousing,
megs out
bro.
there, too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
man.
I like Socrates, man.
Call
It's growing on me.
Call us.
Lovren, bro. Don't let him.
Hey,
go.
by the way, who's
Call
playing
us
right
I'll
back?
keep him at arm's
Maitland
length.
Niles.
Maitland Niles.
Oh, what did we talk about last week? When I was like,
Well, yeah,
oh,
I
they
mean-
should have Maitland Niles then have Lacazette on the right for the winger. And like, he played the left wing. They want him to be more than wing. No, he's playing right back. They got rid of Quicksand Man. He sucks.
Who's Quicksand, man?
Oh yeah, you weren't here last week. You missed it.
Wayne, why I can't say his name?
Oh, Lichstein.
Yeah, Lichtenstein, Quicksand
Lichtsteiner,
Man.
Tin
He's
Man.
he's on par with the
up.
Dorn Mat, Jan Mat. The guy
You're sitting right now like someone's painting you in a portrait.
is my Titanic pose.
Oh my god.
Dude, the thing is, Maitland Niles, if he played outside right and put Lacazette at right wing, it would have been a different story at Liverpool.
Well, what he
at
did
Anfield.
is he did a little
He's
bit
finally
of the
learning.
opposite. He put Lacazette in the
top.
middle, is where I think he's most effective.
And
man, in
Aubameyang on the
striker.
right.
Use Aubameyang speed out wide.
No, that's fine too. At least he's doing that. But also, how long till Lacazette feels like he's underappreciated?
Dude, look.
He's
for me,
not
there's
starting.
two
Then when he
sides to
starts,
this.
he gets taken off. He
Here's
doesn't
the
play
thing.
at all
No.
sometimes.
Here's the thing, right? Because I think my
He's
bro
the
brought
first
this up
person
as
to like
well.
really say, "I'm going to go there. I'm going to sign."
I
He brought a couple other people. Get the hell
I
out of
understand
here.
that
They
statement,
owe him.
but let's apply our standards across the board. Don't drop your standards when it comes to Arsenal, all right? So we always say put in the work rate, put in the work rate. Lacazette can score goals, man. But when men like Aubameyang has more goals than you and he works harder than you, come on. I got to take you off the pitch. In this game,
every game,
there
like
were-
not it. If this happened, maybe
one,
once
because
every few
naturally
games.
he's got more stamina than
Yeah,
him.
but Tom, since January, like he's a professional player. I don't think it's just stamina. This dude just has a stamina weakness. He
No,
doesn't
I
get
think
hurt
it's
very often.
it's multiple things. I think he's 1 year trying to save him.
Yeah, but
And-
Wenger tried to save him too. Do you not see the
And-
trend here that
I
he
see
hasn't
the
had a
trend.
90-minute game since he's been at Arsenal?
And there's something wrong with that.
There's
There's
what
something
I'm
wrong
saying,
with that.
is what is
But
going on there?
On
It's not
top,
just
on top
work
of the
rate.
same, at the same time, I do see there are instances which cannot be ignored where he's not working harder than Aubameyang. He's not working as hard as he needs to. There's been games where the game where Ozil got subbed at half, Lacazette got taken off as well because you're not busting your ass. Like he'll get the
and in
goal.
those games, I understand. In those games, I get it.
So-
but like sitting him against Liverpool,
That was a
the fuck?
mistake, and I critique that. But what I'm saying is, in order for him to really show and prove and earn that full 90, you got to be sprinting your full 90 as well. It's not good enough to get your goal and then kind
Yeah,
of
but
rest
like-
on your
okay,
laurels.
so a
Because
guy
this game
like-
was shaky 2-1 for a little bit, and our defense was getting overrun.
A guy like-
Sessegnon was
yeah.
cowed on a couple
a
of
guy
chances.
like Iwobi, I see get lazy sometimes. He gets subbed,
But he's a high
sometimes-
work rate.
But sometimes he's lazy. You know what I mean? Like he just doesn't drop back.
I don't-
He has high work rate when the ball's in front of him, but tracking that 60-yard
He
run,
tracks-
sometimes he doesn't.
well-
Sometimes he doesn't, bro.
That will be because he's tired. It won't be because he's lazy. Like I said, I've seen him. Dude, I saw him give the ball away, raise his hands, then he realized, oh shit, they're in behind. Now I got to sprint.
He
Like,
pulled Pogba.
yeah, he pulled that Ozil shit, and I'm telling you, look at him closely. His body language, he does it at times. So I understand that it is an issue. He does need to play a full 90, but at the same time, it works both ways. You got to earn that full 90, like I said. Get your goal, bust your ass defensively, work for the team.
I think he has. I really
has
do.
too, man.
He's
There's
scored
more
some
to this.
magical
And
goals.
he's putting
and
up
then,
numbers, man, and it's Fulham. Let him play this game.
Yeah, where's the pain in letting Lacazette play this game 90? You're up 4-1. At the time,
FA
you were
Cup
up
at the
2.
weekend.
No. This was very tricky.
You were up 2-1.
It was shaky 2-1. Remember, Fulham was getting at us 2-1.
Yeah, when
and then
they
he
got-
had
when they
to
got
make
back
the
to
changes because we weren't getting that work rate in the midfield that we needed. Look, it's both ways, guys. I agree with you. Lacazette has to finish a full 90 at some point. Like, this is ridiculous. But this wasn't the game to pick him to
it
finish a
won't
full
be
90 because
good.
he
if
wasn't busting his ass.
It won't
this
be
game.
good if you go into the summer with Lacazette. Little rumors saying he might want out, and then Ramsey also goes out.
No one's going to
'cause-
want Lacazette.
No, there'll be people.
No,
who
someone-
want
What?
Lacazette.
Bro, I would take Lacazette right now.
There'll be people who want Lacazette.
A lot of people.
Not as crazy as you guys are saying. Not as easily.
Well, it's not going to be like Mbappe or even Aubameyang going on the market again, but there's still going to be...
Is it going to be lateral? Is it going to be up?
He could go to Valencia. He could go to Everton. He could go West
Sevilla.
He could go to Liverpool. He could be a sneaky look if Liverpool wanted to sign him.
What about going to... What about...
He has no work rate, remember? What's up?
I never said he has no work rate. He just has to work
harder. Did he come from Lyon?
Why
wouldn't he go back?
Things they need to work on, the thing they prime themselves on.
Is Iwobi coming into form now, by the way?
He is.
Yeah, he is. He is,
man. He's been a little inconsistent for the first half of the season, but the last 3 or 4 games, assists. On the ball, he's effective. He's dangerous.
Yes.
In the final third, he's dangerous. But other than that, I think he hurts Arsenal.
What are you talking about? He's an Arsenal prodigy. He's like special. He's like
he is. I'm gonna stick by him. Man. Like you guys can make fun of him, but the kid's definitely got potential. There's no doubt the kid's got potential.
Well, Hillary Clinton also stood by Bill, but the thing is, you don't have to.
Yeah, husband's got to stand by their wife.
Stand by me,
dude. Kamara scores, bounces back from last game where he had the penalty.
He came off the bench though. He was getting relegated down there.
Yeah, but it's brilliant. They asked Ranieri about it before. He said, "Hey, did you even consider dropping him from the Matchday squad?" And he said, "No, we spoke about it after. We sorted it out and we move on." And I applaud Ranieri on that, not making things personal. Of course, Kamara wanted to score to help himself, but also help the team. You know, he's a guy trying to break into that starting 11.
And he took their last penalty against United and banged it in. So
that's why he was. But then it came out that Mitrovic is the designated penalty taker.
He knew it.
We talked about it last week.
So we're going.
Arsenal, we just need to improve our first halves. We just concede so many goals first half, and it's the difference between first and second half is absolutely ridiculous. Yeah. Torreira again making an error in this game. I get maybe the pass shouldn't have come into him bouncing, but dude, giving up the ball.
It's cooling off.
These two teams,
cooling off.
Arsenal and Fulham coming into this game with the 2 teams that had made the most mistakes, leading to direct shots on goal. And that's how they scored for him.
Who's the bum who said he's the best signing since Henry, dude?
Yeah, raise your hand.
Oh my lord!
Get so excited, bro. He's a good signing.
Let me be
clear, man.
Hype beast to that one.
The hype beast staff. They were telling me.
He's a good signing for them. He's one of the more positive signings. But bro, let's chill, man. Let's give this guy at least a season.
For me, I just think that like if he were to keep, obviously the last few games isn't exactly helping the cause, but if he does what he was doing in their 22 match unbeaten run every game, like. I just think, like, you have Lacazette there. It makes a lot of sense to say, like, it's not wild for me to say he's better than...
Aubameyang is a guy you could argue for because he came in and took Lacazette's lunch right away. Luckily, the French...
But even then, Lacazette wasn't eating lunch, bro.
He wasn't. He had 7 goals.
He was nibbling, bro. He's nibbling on the Ritz crackers.
Through January, and then Aubameyang came in and put in 10 that season when Lacazette ended up getting hurt. Lacazette was doing work, bro, by himself.
Oh, no, I remember.
But eventually, Aubameyang came in and took his lunch.
I mean, when you sign a player of Aubameyang's class, yeah, sure. But, like, if you think of all the things...
Torreira's class is my point.
Well, see, man, it's a long season. It's a long season. Yeah,
that's fair point. Fair point, man.
Newcastle 0, Man United 2.
Come on.
Ole winning the first 4 games as United manager. Yeah, easy opponents, but don't matter. This was a good test.
Yeah, this was
Newcastle
a solid
away.
test.
Rafa very pragmatic.
Second to do it since Sir Matt Busby. Sorry to steal your
Newcastle away.
As far as
bro, you see. Everyone's still thinking the history, United, glory, blah, blah, blah.
As far as where we are today. I mean, a testing, going away, getting a 2-0 win.
Against a defensively stout team, yeah.
Phil Jones.
Phil
Jones mucks it up.
Recovery.
Yeah, stop. Give this dude props, but he set himself up.
We give all these guys props for having recovery.
What a tackle! Yeah, did you mention that he bumbled the ball between his damn?
That was an alley-oop for himself. You know, offensive players throw it off the backboard. He was like, "Yo, here's a turnover, so I can block it."
It's not Man U standard, bro.
Fair enough,
really
man.
not, man. But good recovery tackle.
Lindelof was.
Yeah, he was quality. Lindelof again, just quality.
I think more than anything, Matic has been freed. Seen a lot more balls in the last few games played forward, especially over the top. Rashford up top gives us that dimension, especially with the new tactics or freedom of play, whatever it is, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
But the ball's over the top from Matic, man. Him getting on the ball, he looks much more fluid.
Dude, you can see the instructions.
He's the guy he should be, or he used to be.
Exactly. You can see literally the instructions from Jose handcuffed him because he was doing the same thing for you when under Jose in that picking up the ball and trying to move it around. The difference was he was probably told to play safe balls. Yeah. Everything from Matic before was sideways or backwards. Now he's picking it up. He's turning people sometimes at the wrong, opportunity, turning people right down the middle. But that exploration, man, is allowing him to flourish. I was literally thinking Matic is done. Like legs,
he looked it
his
almost.
legs. He did right the first 6 months of the season.
Still hasn't taken a break.
Legs. He still doesn't take a break.
See
man.
how much a coach's system, how much one person, a manager, can affect
Remember
a
how-
player, their confidence, everything.
Yeah, no, I was crazy when I was saying Jose out though. I was wild.
No, you weren't. Look, you weren't wild. No one said you were. No one said you were wild.
We
I
saw
was assumed. I assumed it.
We saw it coming, man. Like the style was ugly. It was just a matter of Man U didn't invest in them 100%. You guys invested in them 75%.
When it mattered, they pulled out.
Exactly. So it was an ugly situation as soon as he wouldn't be given the funds. But in terms of this game, man,
talk hype beast, bro. That's hype beast from Man United right there.
You know what's hype beast? You calling out Lukaku. That's hype beast, bro.
That's
That's following the trend.
Listen,
everyone
you
who hates
see
on
the
Lukaku.
goal, bro.
Oh, he's got a bad touch.
Dude, that's 2 goals in 2 games.
What?
He has yet to
the
start.
Man scores, and you
2
saw
goals, 2 games.
It was
no
a
starts.
poacher's goal.
Who was man of the match?
Rebound.
It was man of the match.
It was a
Doesn't matter.
Sticking to this point. We're sticking to this point. Lukaku, son. Poacher's goal,
Lukaku
man.
broke the deadlock.
Harry Kane couldn't have done that.
No.
Nah, he probably could have.
No. Big ups to Lukaku. Listen, I still hate the guy. I'll never be a fan.
That's a strong word.
I'll never be a fan. But hey, I gotta give the man credit. He came in. I called him out last week for being a stat
That was
pattern.
his first touch.
What does he do?
Again.
What does he do? He comes in, he scores the deadlock to break the deadlock. He scores a goal to break the deadlock. That's huge. I mean, we needed a goal. I mean, the more important story for me is Alexis Sanchez coming back in, getting the assist, getting the Steve Nash assist to Rashford. But hey, man, shout out to Lukaku. I mean, we needed a goal. I was screaming when it happened, But listen,
Look, good
I'm not
subs,
about.
man.
I'm not about it. I ain't about it. I ain't about this Lukaku lifestyle.
Bro, you're gonna be about this life.
Nah,
you
bro.
are.
You're gonna be.
Look, it's not even
pin you down, bro.
The most important thing about it isn't just Sanchez coming in. It's the fact that practically minus the results, but practically every single player on this team has played at some point under this new manager.
Monster, man.
Delicately holding.
Sitting like
PFC Facebook profile picture.
I'm just
No,
relaxing.
I mean that's
just relaxing. I
listen,
got out of work.
You could
we're
argue
doing
it's
this,
the new
what
manager
else?
bounce. I just think it's Solskjaer coming in saying, "Listen, you're quality players. We're Man United. Not do your thing to the extent where it's like, all right, do whatever you want on offense. He has instructions.
Yeah.
But look at what he's done to Rashford. I mean, Rashford in the past 4 games, 3 goals or 2 goals.
Oh, that's weird. They're playing him at
but he
striker.
scored. But he
that's
scored.
weird.
No, but he scored
I
when
mean,
Jose.
hey, I said that. I said they should.
He had 2 goals in 3 games right before Jose left. He scored right before the Liverpool
It wasn't
game.
a manager.
Yeah,
He's just coming into form.
Yeah, he's coming, and he had 10 breakaways under Jose. So, Rashford was getting opportunity. He's one of the guys I can't be mad at. It's not like
Solskjaer
he wasn't working.
is the striker whisperer.
Well,
This
you
guy
can say that.
is
Honestly,
getting in
man,
their
you can
ears.
say that.
He told him, he was like, look, just calm, relax in front of goal. They asked him, did you get a chance to work with him yet on it? He's like, well, not really, but just his voice helps, just having that word there. So Rashford, man
there was a
Solskjaer
picture.
to have
There was a
striker
picture on
whisperer.
Rashford's Instagram of him and Solskjaer,
And then it was
he
like a
had
graduation cap.
a graduation cap and a soccer ball.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I mean, this guy, so they remember this guy from when they were 16, 18 years old
Younger,
in Pogba's
bro.
case,
Younger.
19, 15, 14 years
when
old.
United won the treble, Rashford was 18 months old.
No, but
18
when
months. No, I'm talking about the picture that he took with them.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
because Ole came back after he stopped playing for
the
a couple
youth.
years. He coached the strikers. He was a strikers coach for the first team.
He was a
Did
reserve
did
team
some
head
reserves
coach, too.
work. But this is a guy who said himself that he studied the game. He studied finishing, where to be, how to move, where to be in the box. When the ball is, defenders' weaknesses. So to have a guy, undoubtedly he's a legend for United, but finishing wise, one of the best the Premier League ever saw.
Yeah.
Especially off the bench.
And his mentality.
Mentality wise, because he never is always work. Never.
He never
I'm not
felt bad
playing.
for himself.
No, never
Never.
did. So to have Rashford, strikers
Yeah.
like Martial, young guys. To have someone,
Lukaku
someone
as well.
it was like Inzaghi was a great finisher, not a great coach as we
Yeah.
saw, but to have that knowledge of how to finish in training, it's a lot different.
To me, this is a good win for you guys. We'll see how Fred comes along. It's going to be interesting to see whether he pans out at Man United or not. Again, there's
think
the
he
whole
will, man.
Brazilian midfield hoodoo at Man United.
Anderson won a Champions League, scored a penalty in the final.
And Anderson played, man.
Let's go.
He never fulfilled.
You know why?
His potential.
No, you know why?
You know what
Anderson
I mean?
was him on himself, bro. Fergie loved that dude. Him and Nani Love those two. Anderson couldn't stop eating donuts.
Okay.
Straight and simple. So, like, yeah,
So
it didn't work out. But, like,
that's all I'm saying,
but
man.
it was
like,
it wasn't united. It
That
wasn't
little
tactical.
hoodoo there. Like,
Nah,
Pereira's
there's no
on the
hoodoo,
bench.
bro.
Like, coach, can I please play?
Pereira's on the
like,
reserves. He wasn't even in the squad.
Yeah.
We'll see how it
Gotta
works
get his
out. But
fitness up.
to me, this isn't that big of a deal. It's good for you guys. The confidence continues. You get your first clean sheet.
4 wins in a row, yeah.
You know,
Come
with
on, clean sheets. We're out here.
Solskjaer qualified it, saying that we got a clean sheet, shut down the set piece because in open play,
Well, you said
technically you had a
Yeah.
clean sheet.
Yep.
But again, Rafa Benitez 5-4-1. He's always going to try to lock it down against
Always.
a big club and
Always.
play safe. Matt Ritchie, my man's got crosses for days. I mean,
Well,
he
he
just
was
wasn't
on-
able
I
to
mean,
do enough in this
Christian
game.
Atsu had some
I mean,
chances.
Newcastle-
Christian Atsu had
Atsu.
early
Newcastle was
chances.
unlucky,
He did.
man. I mean, the first goal was off of Dubravka, who's usually solid. He spilled it for the Lukaku goal. And the second one was just a sweeping counterattack. And Alexis Sanchez comes on, gets a great assist. He had a couple of good touches on the ball, but he had the vision to pick up Rashford back post, who slotted it home. So, I mean, he's working wonders with Lukaku. He's working wonders with Sanchez now. He said he can get the best out of Sanchez. And I hope he can. At least something.
Yeah, I don't see why not. If you're playing quick,
Just more. If he has more space, I think, on the ball. If he's given more freedom.
But even
Sanchez.
options, like he had a lot of time and space under Jose. He just had no one to pass to.
His decision making was shit, though.
But he also had no one, dude. Offensive.
And when he would
players.
take players on,
But
and he
now-
would take
just
players
him
on
and
with
Lu-
no
him and
confidence.
Lukaku, yeah.
Yeah.
He would go at people, and
Because he had nothing else, man. No one wanted the ball in the Jose system. Everyone was hiding. In this system, you got the trident of Martial, Pogba, and Shaw working together. Now you pull out Martial at some point, and you put Sanchez there. That trident is still pretty effective, man. Like, as long as he's showing to Sanchez, he's got an option to either dribble or pass. Teams are fucked. Absolutely fucked, man.
Yeah.
Pogba losing his goal streak.
No one cares. Solid game.
He played well.
TCB, clean sheets for United. Third in 21 games, which is embarrassing.
Where was Gilfy last week, though?
It continues.
Yeah,
What's he doing? My guy was out here scoring 2 goals, getting an assist. Where was your boy?
What did Papa do this week?
I said last week.
Nothing.
I said
Well,
last
you
week.
living in the past or the present?
I mean, hey. We're out here.
I
doing
mean,
the
hey.
I got nothing.
I mean,
We out here doing the thing.
I mean, hey.
We doing the things that.
Look, United facing Reading this week, and then
Play the kids.
and then next.
Play the kids.
I feel like you would.
Give it the
and then
Gonze.
the next league game will be against Tottenham.
Big.
I said that was when everything. That's the true test. That's when we realize whether there's a manager bounce or not. That's going to be a huge match.
That's when Spurs
because,
chokes.
Third place to sixth place, they are only separated by 10 points,
Yeah.
and 3 of those teams are the London teams.
Arsenal
So
nervous as
anything
shit.
can happen right now.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, that win in Arsenal, Chelsea's lost. We're now 6 off 4th, Champions League, and 3 behind Arsenal. So,
We're coming for you.
I don't know, man.
Goons are
Anything,
buckling.
We got the
anything
leaky
positive
defense,
is
man.
good.
We just got to score more than we can see.
Quick touch. Everton 0, Leicester 1.
Where was your buddy Gilfy, bro?
Oh, my Christ.
Where was he?
Everton on the slide here, man.
Being classy is what he was doing.
Yeah,
The number
psych.
of pounds invested into the squad, bringing frauds like, or not frauds,
Yo,
but
is Marco
suspicions
Silva in
like
trouble?
Richarlison's.
Is he on the
We
hot
got
seat?
it.
Yeah.
Suspicions?
I am suspect on this dude.
Is
I'm
Mar-
extremely suspect. on
In
Richarlison.
what aspect?
I think he's hot. I don't know if he has the pieces to sustain it, man. Like every
What's
time
he
I
miss-
see him
what's
get
he
the
missing?
ball, I don't know that it factor that everyone seems to give it to him because he scores goals. Like I don't see him.
Does he need more around him?
Look, you could say that, fair enough, but like when you're playing for Everton and you want to go to the next level, you have to be that dude about this life. Zaha needs more around him, but we see his quality.
I
You know
think
what
Richarlison just needs a little bit more time. He's made a rapid progression, dude. He steps
And that's-
into Watford hot, and then he cooled off,
January
right? And then
died.
transfers to Everton now,
Hot.
hot. And
January
now he's
died.
cooling off. So
Died? What are you talking about? Died?
Well, that's
2
so
days
he
into
hasn't
January.
Everton have like
January
suffered
3rd.
3 L's in a
Dead.
row, dude. Like Marco Silva,
dead.
look.
Look,
Marco Silva
Richarlison-
just needs to be careful here,
Yeah.
man. Not to.
No, his
they're
job's
still in
in.
11th right now. I think they're okay, and they like the style of play that he's implemented. But he just needs to be careful.
Yeah,
You know what the issue
yeah, well, hold
You
on.
know what the
Richarlison dead. Who's got more goals than him in the league? Aguero, Hazard, Salah,
Callum
Aubameyang,
Wilson.
and Harry Kane.
Yeah, I saw you.
Oh, this guy's done.
I saw you.
telling
This
you-
guy's trash.
I'm telling you, he's hot. I'm telling you, he's hot. He's
I don't care
scoring
if you
goals
find.
for
I don't
people.
think. Hey, you're attracted to him. That's your thing. All right, this guy
Hey,
can
man,
play.
it's 2019, bro. We can love whoever we want, but either way, man, I think this kid. Nice. I think this kid is hot.
But this game, he was.
I don't know if we'll be talking about Richarlison the way we do in 3 years. That's my
Remember
point
last
with
week
him.
when we brought up
Okay.
Vardy, Mahrez, like who was more valuable and stuff. This is
That was
why I
the
picked Vardy, man.
stupidest.
Because look, the goals he scores goals. Number one, that's the thing. Like he's the spear. He arrowheads that spear, man. And okay, Pereira did the work. Pereira did.
I'm sorry.
He did. pretty
Who's
much
been doing
all
the work the last 3 games, bro? Against City,
Your boy
against
Pereira.
dude, this guy solid. By the way, I'm not getting carried away. Solid.
Oh,
I
yeah?
don't, yeah, man. I don't want you
Calm
to
the
think all of a
tone
sudden
down.
I think he's world class, but he's playing right back one day. This game, hey buddy, go play left wing, bro. This is the new Antonio, bro.
I'm just saying,
he's
you
out
need,
here
you
doing
need you need Vardy, man. You need the finisher.
You need Mahrez,
you need
bro.
the
with
finisher.
the
Who
shirt.
scored this game?
Vardy.
Oh, okay.
What about it?
You need the finisher.
So you
To go
need-
back on.
If Mahrez was there, he would have
He's
scored
the
a hat
guy.
trick, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, you would've
step
passed it.
overs,
You would've passed it.
killing it, bro.
Vardy
The
would've
reason
put
he's
it in the
at
back of
City
the
and
net.
It would've-
Vardy's still in the
Mahrez would have had a
basement.
hat trick of assists. It wouldn't have just been one.
Boom.
Mahrez.
Vardy would have had a hat
No,
trick.
Tiki.
they're
Got
1A,
you.
1A.
Mahrez.
They're exactly the same when it
Mahrez
came
wouldn't
down
have had
to
it.
No
Leicester.
fucking way, bro. Then,
Hussey
then
was the
Vardy would've
decider.
been-
Yeah.
That's a terrible world if Hussey's the
I
decider.
know. Walt.
No, we already discussed it.
No, you already said Mahrez last week.
If I had to decide, like if
I mean,
I
you had
if
to.
I was starting a team,
No,
Come
we're
on,
not
bro.
saying that.
but that's how
I hate
I
to go to
dis-
that. I mean, if I was going to build a team, and
Well,
everyone's,
that's how I
everyone's
distinguish
18
it.
years old. No, that's not what we're saying.
Let's move
Back
on
to
the
Everton for a
banger
second.
of a game here, yeah.
Back-
3-3. Bournemouth 3. Watford 3. Troy
back and
Deeney,
forth,
come
yeah.
on.
Troy Deeney, what was it? 2 goals, 1 assist.
Troy
He's
Deeney,
out here
bro.
doing the captain thing.
I love that he's still playing, man.
Troy
I
Deeney
love it.
bout this
6
life.
goals in the first half.
9.4.
This is the penis formation, bro. They just penetrate. Watford just gets it hard and goes up the middle, bro. I love the pairing of Decore
penis formation.
and Capu. Dude, Sama came out of nowhere, bro. Goal and an assist. Beast. Absolute beast,
I
this
like
guy.
him.
This game killed me because it was 2-0 at one point. I'm just watching a couple other games. I'm doing some stuff. I'm in the FA Cup still for the fantasy. The person I'm going against.
cares.
We're pretty much even. I don't know where. I realized here's Frazier. I turned back. I was like, whatever. 3-3. He has a goal. He has an assist. I'm like, what the hell? I'm down by like already 12 points or like another 12 points. So I didn't think I was going to come back.
And
Which
how,
I did.
How do the fans,
which
how do the fans relate to this?
that I was just amazed how fast this game turned.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it was all in the first half too.
Hi, Huss.
It was all in the first half, and then
It was
second
all-
half was just
Yeah.
It was all in like 6 minutes.
Yeah, there were 3 goals in 6 minutes.
Who
dude.
knew my boy Stanislas can play right back?
Stanislas.
Out here
Dimes,
doing
son.
it.
Junior.
Out here doing it.
I like him, man. Like him. Banger of a game, this one. But all in the end, fair was fair. 3-3. Next game,
Espírito
Whoa.
Santo.
against the Eagles.
So
Reality.
this is the Premier League, man.
Reality.
Unpredictable. I thought Wolves were going to carry this one through.
This
or,
is what
or
they
at least have a draw, man. But to concede 2 at home, Jordan Willie Zaha still can't buy a goal.
They
But-
beat the big teams, Wolves. Struggle against the little guys.
Oh, little. It's Crystal Palace we're talking about here. This is a London club.
Wan-Bissaka at
Kinda
the
little.
back, bro. When you know when you got
Kinda little.
Wan-Bissaka at the back, you're a big club.
And if you don't have him in fantasy, I don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, it's crazy, dude. He's 4.4.
I think everyone's
Come
had him
on.
since like week 4 because he was like, yeah, pennies.
Actually, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna look at him.
It's percentage on.
Okay.
Yeah, but Palace takes care of business. Yeah, man. Good for Palace finding a win. Again, like Al said, Zaha on his drought. And it's unfortunate because Palace doesn't really have a forward. I know I use a forward. I mean, like a productive forward. So
They
they're
tried to,
Shots
have,
at
they tried
Ayew
to
for
make
no
it
reason.
Benteke.
they're forced to put Zaha up there just to get production. And he draws so much attention that oftentimes it opens it up for everyone else. But unfortunately for him, he's finding no joy lately. He's a team player, so he gets it
It
done.
was weird. He cried after the goal, man. This goal meant a lot to this dude, man.
Jordan?
Just- yeah, overcome with emotion after he scored his goal, man. So-
Yeah, look, man, it's tough because once you're in this Premier League level, man, for us, we sit here and we criticize these guys when they're cowish, blah, blah, blah. But the amount of pressure that must be under you is that Swansea.
That's their lives.
Yeah, man.
Marseille
This is
before
not like
the
I hope I get like a 401k later, or hopefully I get a raise.
This is
No,
the lottery here.
if you
gotta
don't
make it count.
perform, you get like
Bench.
redshirted.
No,
You
get
go
sold,
down to
bro. Never mind bench. So I was saying with Swansea,
You go
like,
to the championship.
yeah, he could have got relegated. He avoided that, so that must have been just a stressful month trying to get a deal to stay in the Prem. He stays in the Prem, thinks Palace, exciting team, does nothing for them. Probably getting
Well,
a
he
lot
barely
of pressure
subs- he
in the
barely
training
subs
ground
on,
too.
too.
Barely subs on. Benteke plays over him. and he finally scores, man. That must be such a relief, man.
There's an interesting trio here. I like it. Townsend, Ayew, and Zaha.
Yeah,
fucking
That's
speed,
pretty
man.
aggressive,
And
man.
Patrick Van Aanholt getting the assist on the wing, man. This is one of the
PBA.
fastest teams in the league. Then you get the slowest midfield of Kuyate, who's got strides, but Milijovic and James McArthur, who's fucking molasses, but quality players nonetheless.
Yeah, he is, dude. He's a little stud.
And then Wan-Bissaka is owned by 32% of the game, which I thought was a little low.
I mean, relatively speaking, that's probably a lot. Everyone else doesn't even play anymore.
No, that's true. There are 6 million people, so
Yeah.
what is that? 1.8 million?
Oh, Mozzie doing math. Rain Man. Rain Man.
Look at his face.
But
Whatever.
32, so it's roughly
1.8.
yeah, it's roughly 2 mil.
It's 1.8.
Oh, okay.
It's rough.
West Ham 2, Brighton 2. West Ham, another team on the stumbles here and there. They win some, lose some. Arnautovic looks like he's back healthy again.
He's back.
We asked whose team was this last week. Looks like it's Arnautovic's team.
Not Andy Carroll.
Nah, dude, he looks...
Dude, why do
Dude,
they
I don't know why
do
this
they
guy
keep
plays.
Trying? Yeah,
I don't
why do
get
they keep
it.
trying with this guy?
Man's been
Dude,
collecting
I don't know
checks
what
for
it
a long
is.
time.
It's
He's
the
like
Chris
Jack
Small-
Wilshere, bro.
Nah,
Jack
it's the
Wilshere's
Chris-
been getting paid for the last 15
It's
years.
the Chris Smalling.
to ride the bench.
Getting those checks.
I'll tell you what, dude. It's the Chris Smalling, Phil Jones effect. Thomas said it, and I agree to a certain extent. Phil Jones, Chris Smalling, rotation guys, but they're not fit enough to play at the United club. Bro, they got pics of Ed Woodward naked or something, and they're just like, "Listen,
Yeah.
you play me."
Yeah.
Same thing with Andy Carroll. He's got David Gold or whoever the owner of West Ham is. He's got pictures. He's like, "Yo, you got to play me," because this guy's just not a good footballer. Bro, I started a football manager save with West Ham, and
Every time.
released him.
Didn't they win the
Released
league?
him.
Didn't they win the league?
Released him on.
Oh,
free.
were you the manager when they won the league?
That was my Milan save.
Oh, okay. That was.
Dude, I just thought that-
Nah, I'm about to win the league.
Andy Carroll is a team player, man. He'll get bodied. He'll be physical. He's that
Screw
guy.
him, dude. F that.
Liverpool thought he was good.
Dude, send him to
Yeah.
send him to Burnley to hang out with Chris Wood.
Bro, send him to, like, the Seattle Sounders, dude.
He's an old school center forward who I think at this point he's best coming in off the bench for a level club like West Ham. I think he slows down their attack a lot, man.
Dude, his
I don't
best
think he
season
should
was
get
in the
West Ham.
championship when he had like 25 goals. I'm like, oh shit, dude, Newcastle, let's fucking buy this guy, Liverpool, let's go. You know what? Get Stuart Downing too. All right.
Wait. Who came in the same transfer window as Andy Carroll?
I don't care. You got Andy
The
Carroll.
best striker in the world right now.
Suarez.
So
Yeah, but I'm just saying, we
bought him low.
What'd you
we bought
win?
one
Nothing.
high, and they
What'd
equaled
you
out.
win? Nothing. Andy Carroll.
That's what it is.
Yeah,
That's true.
But Arnautovic,
Jack
man,
shit.
this guy he's a bad boy. He's a rude boy. He's a legend.
Brighton,
I love this guy.
Hussy, your boy Grobby getting an assist.
Young
Finally
Pascal.
get some
Okay, well, I
buckets.
called him out, so hopefully he does something. But
We'll keep doing it, man.
He heard you, bro.
And Shane Duffy.
well, here it is. I'm calling you out again. Like, dude, this is something that Brighton needs. This is not like hopefully I can do well. No, if you don't do well, this team does not do well.
If him and Glenn Murray can get on the same page, could be something.
Oh my god, this guy, and Glenn Murray in the air. He's sneaky good. Gross. Just do your thing, man.
Shout out to Nobu getting an assist off the bench, man. Little stud.
And then what about? I mean,
Antonio too. Didn't he get an assist? Yeah.
He
Yeah,
did.
he did.
He did indeed.
I mean, Knockout. I mean, he does.
Knockout.
Yeah,
Canuck
come on,
or
like,
whatever.
what the heck,
Come
dude?
on.
Come on, figure it out.
Knockout.
Well, you know what?
Not a
Since he's
side
left the championship, I think everyone has forgotten about him because he's done nothing since winning the best player in the championship.
Tell me,
He
dude.
needs-
He
he needs
produced
help,
early in
man,
the
yeah.
season, man.
Huddersfield 1, Burnley 2. Battle of the relegation here.
Burnley won, right?
Red cards all over. Schindler's List
Damn, that's
and
messed up.
Robbie Brady in the 90th collecting red cards.
Chris Wood gets a goal for himself. Big boy. Man, him and Barnes are just monsters up there. They
Dude,
got
Barnes, I can't
they
imagine
got
playing against
Vokes off
Barnes.
the bench,
It's just not fun, man.
What happened to your boy
Barnes-
Philip Billing, bro? What was going on with him?
Top billing. Top billing.
I love Billing. I love him. He gets slapped 3-0,
Dude,
bro.
Billing is a beast. I fucking love that guy. Is he captain?
Should be.
22 years old, man, 7 feet tall. Him and Zanka. No, Huddersfield's in trouble. They're going down. But where could he go? Maybe Palace. I'd take him at Palace. Billing.
Yeah, over Kuyate,
Bring
for
him
sure.
up. No way,
Or
dude.
MacArthur.
Kuyate's
Or
a
MacArthur.
beast. Not even.
Milijovic?
You gotta earn your time.
Milijovic?
Captain? You gonna take the captain off the field?
You got to pick one of those midfielders.
Put him
stick
up top. Make him a striker.
Dude, you are wild.
That's what you do.
Dude, so that wraps it up for Matchday 21 review, PFC 279. Real quick, the 14 crazy days of footy have wrapped up now, going into FA Cup transition this weekend. But the table, Liverpool sitting on top with 54 points. City second with 50. Spurs 48. Chelsea 44, Arsenal 41, United 38.
Hey.
And at the bottom, we got Southampton with 16, Fulham with 14, Hudders with 10, man. It's looking dangerous for Hudders.
They're
falling off the pace.
Later, Wagner. Later.
We'll see what happens, man, but thank you for listening during this festive season, guys. We appreciate it. Anything else before we go?
Yeah, and I mean, these guys got 8 games in January. That's like 3 or 4. Days of rest in between games, so it's going to be lots of rotation.
And then you get Champions League coming up, so
not for Spurs.
Everyone in
no rotation for Spurs.
Everyone in top 6 is gonna be, or top 4, or the 4 teams in the top 6 is going to be playing for Champions League, so that's going to affect players, rotations. It's crazy. It's just crunch time. Liverpool stumbles, Arsenal stumbles, Chelsea stumbles, United on the rise.
Love it.
Let's go,
Red
Huss.
Moon rising.
So 17 more matches. 17.